Well, you could have, but now the game has started. Hi, and welcome to another GC9x Plays. It's this game! We had to look at this one because I looked at the other one. I'm KaL, and with me today is...
I'm Bobinator.
I'm Cerebus.
I'm Mr. Origin.
This is Snarbu.
And I'm the Gunhort.
And we're pretty much...
Alright.
Sorry.
Yes. Everyone jump in. Yeah, nah.
We're
Clearly
pretty much
default,
contractually
I guess.
obligated to play these games by now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Contractual, yeah, it's a contractual obligation because we've taken a look
So,
at all of the games.
Immediately,
so far,
I'd like to
either
observe
via
that
the first
clearly
strike
in this
or by
game, all
streaming
the
them.
animatronics have been replaced with the ominous text floating over that house.
I like... Yeah.
It would be, yeah, it'd be interesting if it was like angry text
the
that would pop in
animatronics
your
are
room
still
and
I like
slap
that
you.
the... Yeah. I like that the background is new. I appreciate that it's not
Yeah.
the exact same one.
And on
It's,
the bottom...
he's-
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
On the bottom right, we can see
you got-
Foxy being consumed by a hedge.
Are you sure it's Foxy? It could be Mangle. You
No,
can't really
it's
tell
Foxy.
with that kind of...
Whoever it is, they're having
Yeah.
extreme difficulty with that bush.
Well, this shadowy
my-
intro and the music gives me like almost a Dead Rising feel. Kinda weird.
Yeah, it reminds me of an indie zombie survival game I played once. I can't remember the name, but if people bug me, I can find out what it was. I have actually covered the title screen, the title of the game's name, Five Nights at Freddy's 4, with my picture. Hello. But whatever. It's really poor text. It's just, I don't know what font
It's
it is,
hard
but
to
it's really
see.
lazy. Alright, hit new game. Let's see what
Yeah,
happens.
it's hard to read.
You know, I kind of wonder we're gonna...
So I have to ask you, KaL, real quick. Have you spoiled any of this so far? Like, are you just going in fresh, or have you read a little bit about the mechanics?
I have seen the trailer on Steam, and I bought the game. That's it.
Okay, I won't tell you anything. I did actually just read up very quickly on the mechanics. I don't know if this is the patched version, but there is an issue with one of the mechanics that needs
Oh,
to be
okay.
patched.
Well, that's tricky because this is the Steam version, so I have no idea. All right, cool.
Right.
I'm your
It's
Is it called
Freddy.
Freddy?
He's your buddy, apparently.
And Foxy's missing his head.
Okay, I can. Oh, I'm crying now.
That is why the child is crying. The resident.
I like the Chica. The Chica picture. The Chica here is really cool. He's got this kind of like attitude build. I like it.
And the little cupcake.
He just looks sassy to me. I love it when they look sassy. So we didn't really start with a plot this time. Like, there's no, you got hired by a house to house sit and then bears kill you.
Well,
Hey, look, there's this really nice
I like the quilt.
Yeah.
loading screen.
Click here to run to the
Barely-
door. Click here to run to the door. Flick mouse. Alright. To turn around. What? I can't see anything.
Yeah, you have to
The
move your
phone
mouse
guy-
downwards to turn
What?
back.
The phone guy has been
And you hit
reduced to
control to
painting
turn on your
what he
flashlight,
needs
I
to say
think?
on various glass panels and hiding them throughout the house.
Yeah, that's very interesting.
To be
This does
honest,
not start off the typical way with
almost-
like the radio guy.
Almost
There's no
feels
map
like
system either.
a reboot of the first game in some ways than a sequel.
It almost feels like I crashed it.
Did you? Oh, jeez.
Oh, wait, no. It
Well-
just...
Uh-oh.
Listen carefully. If you hear breathing, hold the door shut. If you not hear breathing, use your flashlight. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
This is the mechanic that may or may not have been patched. Apparently, the breathing wasn't loud enough, so it was like a 50-50 chance
They
as to
said
whether
they
you'd be.
patched
Sweet.
like,
Can you actually
jump
move
scared.
around the house, or are you still stuck in one...
you're
Oh,
still stuck
No,
in the
I
room.
think you just...
But you
You're actually moving a little bit more this time, though. You can actually move between
And there's
points
no
since
battery
you don't
this
have the
time.
camera system.
You know, somehow this looks even more like a Midnight FNV game than the last few games. I think it's about the shading and the rendering.
there's
I
also
brought
one
this
other
up when I...
Yeah, it looks good.
There's also one other load change compared to the first, and compared to the second and third game, is that this time they actually, and he actually bothered to render the characters in the environment rather than them just being sprite overlays.
Oh, did he? I guess I'll find out when they kill me, but...
Apparently there was actually a limitation of Multimedia Fusion's space limitation, so...
Yeah, no, it is. Multimedia Fusion had some serious issues. I'm assuming, is he still using Multimedia Fusion for this one?
Yes, he's still using the same tool set. I will warn you about something else that they don't really tell you about. They tell you about the doors. You want to look at the bed.
I'm looking at the bed. I keep...
Every now and again. And you want to flash the flashlight. You'll know, you'll know if something's about to go down because you'll see something, and that just tells you haven't checked on it in a long time. Or you'll get jump scared. One of the two.
I gotta give him praise for... What?
Did you already get...
Nah.
Oh, I was gonna ask if you already got jump scared, but I guess you're just...
I'm still confused.
Yeah, the mechanics are a bit odd. I think they were tuned more for like a tablet or
well,
something.
Well, he does develop most of his games
work.
for mobile, so that would make sense.
Right. What? Okay, here's something I do find funny about the fourth game. The mechanic in this game actually seems almost like a riff on a Five Nights at Freddy's impersonator, or a rip-off game, clone, whatever you want to call it. I can't remember the name of it, though, but it had the same thing where you had to hold the door shut.
Ridiculous game on...
If the guy approached the room.
What do I do about it? I flashed it with a light.
You just flash the flashlight. You have to... Basically, this game requires you to sort of manage a bunch of different things.
I'm glad you guys are here, because I am... really confused. I mean, I praise the fact that the voice guy at least bothered to tell you how to play the game. And then this one's got nothing? Like, nothing?
Yeah, it's kind of weird, honestly.
I appreciate that it's different. I mean, that's, you know... He could have just made the same game a bunch of times. He did make the same game a bunch of times, but with differences.
So are you always in this room?
Whoop, I hear some noises. Am I gonna die?
Usually the framing device is something different, actually.
If you hear breathing, just shut the door.
I can't tell if I hear breathing.
There's also movements as well.
It
I don't know if
works
there's anything that will kill you if you
making
shut the
them
door.
come closer if you shut the door too early.
Oh, okay.
See any warnings if anything gets near the door?
Okay. I think the first night's uneventful. I don't think anything
that's
happens
pretty
on the
typical
first
for
night
these
unless
games,
you
I
don't look at
think.
Freddy. So, yeah, actually, Freddy is basically Foxy. You know,
Uh-oh.
but I don't know what happens if you do it too much.
Yeah, I looked out the door and died.
Then...
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, like I said, the window in the
got
environment this time.
Yeah, you didn't hear the breathing, did you?
I didn't really hear much breathing, no.
So they may not have patched that yet.
So
They're
the
just-
Steam
just-
version isn't patched. I'm drinking some tea. You guys can't see. I did like a dumb face.
And it
I don't
Maybe you
know.
don't have face cam.
I guess because
Look at that patch thing.
I do have face cam, but that'll only be in the stream release. Oh, the YouTube release. It's because Bonnie made a dumb face when he kills you, so I made a dumb face back at him. Okay, well that was, great. Thanks. So...
What I think happened was you closed the door too
these are
early.
Yeah. So, I mean, you close the door and then you kill
Pretty
yourself. That's fine.
Best.
It's well done. There we go.
There's also a mini game that you can just skip
If I get to it.
after every stage. But if you actually are able to complete the mini game, you can skip 2 hours the next night. It's kind of an interesting mechanic. But if the risk of failure there is that you get jump scared.
You know, I'm starting to notice a trend with these games.
Very suspicious.
Right. It's the Five Nights at Freddy's basic mechanics that if you're playing the game right, you will never get spooked, which is completely opposite to how most
Makes
horror
sense to me
games
in some
function.
ways. I mean, getting spooks is the
actually
failure
makes quite a bit of
condition.
sense.
Oh wait, does it kind of hard lock you into checking these doors? Yes, that's what it does on the first night. That's why it felt really
so it's a
clunky.
forced tutorial, basically.
Yes, I believe it is a forced tutorial. I'm pretty sure you have to.
So you have to check all 3 of the doors first in
Yeah,
the bed.
I think you have to do all of that before it gives you free realm of the game. Maybe. I'm a little bit confused about how it works. It still shows all these prompts. So.
Okay, so according to Cerebus' note that he just left, is that Scott said he was trying to push an update out to Steam. It may not have hit yet. I don't, if I recall, it depends on I think updates only hit during the week, don't they? Or on certain time schedules. I forget how Valve does it.
Yeah, it says
no
it's
idea.
increasing the volume of the breathing.
I mean, is that? Did you not test that? Like, a little bit?
Well, it worked for some people and
Like,
didn't
maybe-
for others,
maybe
so who knows?
Could be an
Wait,
equalization thing.
I guess it could be could be a motherboard, like a audio
or
card
just
issue.
different setups based on different kind of environmental setups they have in their sound channels.
Well, I'm wearing headphones. I mean, you guys are talking as well, so yeah. So if you sit here, you end up dying, obviously. But I mean, like, I'm supposed to see someone realistically before they get to the door,
you will
right?
see them in the
Like,
hallway.
Sometimes you will see them. Sometimes you actually do want to scare them off first if you don't hear breathing. Other times you'll hear them charge the door. It's really weird.
Okay, but
There is some complexity to the mechanics, and they behave slightly differently. The 2 animatronics. Well, there's a third one, not counting the Freddy on the bed. But I don't know how that one functions.
right, I'm just trying to work this out. I feel like we do have an unpatched version here, so
Right, so it may be 50-50, or we might
It
have to
hadn't
shut
patched
up so
itself
that you
already?
can hear the breathing.
as we were saying, don't think they patched it. Oh, there was a guy. So when if they slink off, does that mean that they're
No, it
waiting
means
to
you
come in?
scared them off.
That means they almost reached the door. Yeah, you scared them off. That's all it means.
Oh, okay. Again, I feel like mechanically, I like that this one is going in a different direction.
Yes, I like it too. I like that there's no camera system that you actually
Yeah,
have to
because-
just carefully observe cues.
To be honest, I think the camera system
Rather than
stopped
fiddle with
being
the camera
useful
system.
after the first game.
Well, the second game, it was crap. I have to play the second game just to demonstrate why I think it's so crap. But sorry, I'm just trying to hear. I just have to pause when I'm trying to hear things. But yeah, like the second game was optimally played by not using the camera, like at all. So that was not ideal. The third game, I'm pretty sure it's mandatory.
I'm
to
pretty
use the cameras,
sure, but
isn't
I
it?
hear that, I don't know, I guess just having the one animatronic and being more a matter of making... just everything about the Doors game seems really confusing when I try to read about it.
There's a sound cue system and some other stuff, like the way the vents work. Like you have running out of oxygen if you're not careful. Oh yeah, 50-50
hi,
chance.
Bonnie.
Yeah, I couldn't hear anything. Like,
Oh hi,
I got
Doc.
nothing there, like nothing at all. It's just like ambience.
It didn't
So-
look like you waited at the door long enough. I hear it takes about 4 seconds or so. Yep.
It takes 4 seconds?
No, it takes
I
4
thought you
seconds
said you had
till
within
can
4
hear
4
it.
seconds
I
probably
was-
enough for anything
I'll
to
have to look
kill
this
you.
up.
That's kind of a questionable design decision.
Yeah, the other games you get like 1
yeah.
second before you die.
Well, you
So-
die because you shine the flashlight in their face
That's a bit of a
when they're
bother.
right at the door.
Oh yeah, but I'm listening to the sounds, or trying to listen to the sounds. We'll give it one more shot. I'll do the opposite. I will wait long times before flashing the flashlight to see if I can get some
Let's see
breathing
what it says
happening.
here.
But otherwise, we'll just have to scratch it up to either I'm terrible at this game, which is not impossible, or the this is the unpatched version, which is actually kind of broken.
Okay,
Yeah.
yes. According
There you go.
to Steam, it
Well,
says
suggesting
listen
to
for at
read
least 3 to 4 seconds.
Before deciding to close
3 to
the
4
door using the light.
seconds.
Yeah. It's slower paced in that regards than the previous entries.
So it sounds like this one has some rough corners on it, so to speak.
Don't.
Or it's a little
No,
rough around the edges.
He's wanting you to play it differently than the
Well-
last 3. I mean, stop and think about what you're doing before just clicking randomly and looking different places.
Which is an interesting decision to take. But I'm gonna have a little bit of trouble here because sometimes I can hear breathing from you guys.
Right, yeah, that's the other problem.
Yeah.
I was gonna say though, yeah.
Oh my god, I'm dying! I'm choking up here.
What was I gonna say? This is a series that does reward patience typically, so I can see why the mechanic is to wait to hear the breathing.
The thing is, like, I don't know if they reward patience really. Like, you think that the first game you were like rapidly clicking the cameras to try and keep an eye on the characters?
Well, the key wasn't to panic, basically. You had to sort of micromanage them. You had to be patient and understand their movements by just watching them. It takes a lot of practice, a lot of sort of, understanding of the mechanics, basically, before you can really get through it. And most of the successful runs I've had, I had to be really patient and just not try not to abuse anything too much
I do
or
think
too
it's
quickly.
a shame that the power mechanic just sort of disappeared. I actually really liked the power mechanic more than most of the other things that were going on. And the second and third game kind of messed around with it. You get like this like radio ambience noise, like just kind of weird.
Well, there was that sort of odd ambient sound in the third game, I remember, and that seemed to be that would give you certain cues about what was going on.
I will say one thing: if this was like the first game, I think like 5 people would play it.
Yeah.
So, what do you think made the first game so special in comparison? Then that drew people in? Was it just the whole setup
yeah,
for
I
it?
think it was just like extremely fortuitous. I think also the fact that the first game actually kind of didn't. I think because you couldn't die on the first night, really at all. And it was.
My brother
Yeah.
can't prove that one wrong. If you don't check the cameras at all, Foxy will eventually charge the door.
Yeah, if you don't check the cameras at all, that's what I mean. Like, if you just try and attempt to play the game, you don't lose the first night. This mouse thing isn't responding very well. Oh, I'm probably gonna die from the bed.
I should note something. Initially, there was actually a lot of outrage over Scott wanting to make a 4th one at all, like just because people thought 3 was going to be the last one, and it seemed really conclusive.
Yeah, I can.
So I think actually really trying to emphasize trying something new like this.
Did you guys just breathe? I can't tell.
Wasn't me, I don't think.
I don't think it was me because I was talking.
Well-
I mean, technically, I mean,
I'm pretty sure it
Damn
was
it,
Bob,
Bob!
actually. That sounded
I mean,
like
one
Bob
has to
breathing
breathe
right there.
to talk, so
Or
I
a sigh,
technically
at
was
least.
breathing, but I don't think that was me sighing.
I'm gonna die again. Ugh.
The rabbit's gonna run up and dump strawberry sauce on you.
Yeah,
It'll be mildly unpleasant.
Yeah. He's like gonna throw his breakfast cereal at me or something.
Yeah, wheat bran. Take that. And that's the story of how an animatronic rabbit threw a bunch of
the
cereal at a
controls-
6-year-old.
I don't feel like the controls are quite responding. They kind of feel chunky in places. Like I hit control and the light doesn't turn on, and then I kind of flick down the mouse and it doesn't come up straight away.
I have to wonder, is it the PC version or the tablet version that gets the most development first, I wonder?
Well, he
Interesting
mostly does
question.
mobile development, so it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, I'm not really sure there, but from what I've heard, the tablet versions are actually lacking features compared to their desktop counterparts.
Right, apparently
Yeah,
there's
so
stuff
one
cut
could
like
chalk
those
it out to
8-bit
just simply
mini-games aren't in
catering
the
to the
game.
platform, but it could indicate that they're the older code base. Not really sure, though.
I don't know what the deal is. They seem kind of phoned in some ways. I mean, the fact
And
that
they
there's
seem
mobile ports at all
relatively
is pretty
feature complete,
good.
aside from the
but-
stuff missing that I mentioned, which is usually relatively minor. It's not like, say, the Android port of Space Invaders
Right.
Infinity Gene, where all the 3D stuff's cut out, despite it being theoretically doable.
Be kind of cool if these were ports to consoles someday. I think they'd work quite nicely on the 3DS or Wii U.
Yeah. Which reminds me,
Yeah,
who made those knockoff games that Vinesauce was playing a while ago? Or was it Super Great Friend? One of those guys. The ones that are all just like made in some guy's house with a digital camera.
yeah, those ones. Those are pretty
Yeah.
funny.
Spider wants snacks.
Not good, but funny. I beat a night. At least I beat the first night. Thanks, everyone. We did it!
Win.
Everyone go home.
London, dun, dun.
Yeah, I like the dun dun dun
And
dun.
now you get to sleep in
Boy,
a
days
creepy
still
house
party.
full of
Sweet.
teddy
Okay,
bears.
so now I get to play this game, and I get a jump scare. Okay.
Oh, this
Okay,
isn't the
just
game
go
of the
Freddy.
jump scale.
Oh, okay.
The mini game. Well, actually, there is a jump scare in the sequence warning. It
it
happens at
that?
some point in this 8-bit segment.
Some guy with a Foxy mask just jumped out.
So
Also, in the wheel on the right,
Yeah,
you
it
can
pops out
find
from behind the
mangled
TV.
assembled foldings.
Use flashlight. Hold X? What? What?
It's essentially red
What?
light, green light. With a doll of swing the trap.
Right, you're supposed to stop the flashlight on him as soon as he's on that X.
Right, but I can't see him. Wait, what? I'm so confused. I don't understand these mechanics.
Maybe you're supposed to turn off the flashlight, let him move, and then turn it back on?
Yeah, turn off the flashlight and then turn it on until he hits the X.
Oh, okay.
If you just leave it on, he won't jump scare you. There's always the risk of a jump scare. So again, red light, green light. You're supposed to kind of let him do his own thing.
What? Alright.
to it.
Right.
Don't
So yeah, don't flash him too much.
Springtrap too much.
Just let him kind of.
Yeah, I'll try not...
Well, you know they call him Springtrap for a
Yeah.
reason. You don't
Don't
want to.
flash the swing trap.
To paraphrase that one TurboGrafx game with all the really Englishy and profanity-laden game over screens. Jesus, concentration.
I appreciate that this is like more 3D content in there too, but I don't know what I'm doing. I mean, obviously I'm doing it wrong.
He's sitting there grinning because he's messing with you. He's not moving, even when you turn the lights off.
I guess I flashed him too much. I just couldn't restrain myself.
Get your coat back on.
Too bad. Yeah, you have to let him move. You have to just sort of relax and let him jump scare you.
Great. I don't want to be culpable in my own
So
jump
yeah,
scaring.
that's an interesting mechanic there. Well, it's interesting, the mechanic there. If you're brave enough, you can attempt to try to stop him on the X, so you can skip 2 hours. But there again, you lose. You get a jump scare.
Look, I don't think that this game should just be I guess that's something that I have against it. Maybe is that it's predominantly jump scare. I don't think the first game was really that jump scare heavy, to be honest. Like, you had a jump scare when you lost. And that was it. Like, and losing was more of a fault of your ability to, they're on the bed again. Get off my bed.
Well, you still only get jump scares if you fail, either in the game or in the bonus rooms.
Yeah, I guess it's just because you're kind of doing nothing but fighting off a jump scare here. Whereas the, I don't hear you breathing.
Well then, flash the flashlight.
I will, thank you.
Or, excuse me, wait, do you guys call them flashlights or torches in Australia? Is that like one of those things where it's more American, or do you go with the British on that one?
We kind of do both. I think torch is more common in Australia. But that's not to say... I keep getting a high encoding warning. Whoop! I heard something that sounded like breathing. What do? I do I just leave the door shut?
You shut the door if you hear breathing. You open it once you hear him moving away,
I'm gonna die.
Something like
I opened it again then. I'm gonna get killed.
I don't know if they can only kill you in the doorway or if they actually have to come into the room to
kill you
at that point. Well, I think Freddy is what kills you in the room if you don't move or look back.
Is someone making like their mic grinding noises? I can't tell anymore. You bastards!
We are all silent.
Yeah, I've just been straight up muting when I'm not talking.
I can tell you guys are muting, and I appreciate that, but it's kind of like, it could be rustling from you, it could not be.
I'm on push-to-talk mode, so...
So you're saying playing a horror game with your friends in the back, talking in your ear in the background is not a good idea?
It usually is, but not this time. Because I can't hear this.
See, this is one reason, okay, this is the reason I don't typically... This is the reason I don't typically play Five Nights at Freddy's games, because they are very dependent on audio cues. And you need a good set of headphones, which is not the kind of the last thing I want to have on when I'm playing a horror game. Because I can stand a horror game if I'm just, have the speakers turned low, whatever. Like, jump scares don't bother me. It's the sound that bothers me most of the time.
The
yeah,
sound
you're not
of
expecting it.
Some horrible mechanical abomination burping coffee breath at you.
Yes,
this is what it sounds like when doves cry.
Voices in your head. It's moral support.
It's like the world's worst version of the Metal Gear Codex.
Thanks, everyone. I keep getting high encoding errors. I know Well, I think I'm gonna die.
What you're saying is we should yell, like...
I swear I heard one of the,
Yeah,
I swear I heard one of the doors move.
We need to mumble various Chinese proverbs at KaL for support.
And then when he dies, one of us yells KaL in the best voice.
Yeah. Cerberus gets it.
What happens when there's a guy in the thing, and then he sticks his head in?
Clearly he doesn't want to be disturbed.
You just shut the, you shut it, I guess. I'm actually surprised you didn't just get killed.
I don't know what happened there. Maybe I won.
I guess you have to shut it.
If you look back in afterwards, it's a plush toy.
Foxy is too busy reading a good book to kill you. And that's why he kind of gets angry at you if you open the door, because you are disrupting his reading time.
I think I'm gonna die. The, flashlight's...
Yeah, I forget what it means if the flashlight is flashing. That does mean something.
It means you're gonna die. That's what it freaking means, doesn't it?
Balloon Boy.
Well, something messes with
Who
the
isn't in this
flashlight, but I
game.
forget
Is it
what.
him? He's. Oh, he's leaning
Thing in the
in.
closet? I don't know.
All right, I guess that's what he does now.
That's it.
Balloon Boy is haunting this game from beyond sequel relevance.
Oh, I see
He
what's
must be a
going on
flashlight.
there. Okay.
I actually,
So you still have to check the closet too.
I don't know. None of this is very transparent, you know.
Hmm.
It is a new game. I'd just give it a little while until the fan base basically dissects
You
it
mean we'll
completely.
suck the fun and enjoyment out of a completely new experience?
He's still in there, and I can't do anything
You
about
just
it.
have to hold it close for a little while.
Also,
Do you see
Pete-
how do you see how it was?
Alright.
Yeah, it's gone back slightly when you checked again.
also, the next time you check on Freddy, be sure
Yeah.
to click on him.
You click on Freddy.
No, it makes a
What, does
beeping
it
noise
kill
if you hit
you?
the mouse.
Yeah, he honks if you hit the nose.
Ah, so it does. That's terrifying.
That's always been the case apparently.
Woo! That's night 2.
Well, you made it somehow.
I don't know how. Like, a little.
It's only gonna get harder from here.
Oh,
Someone peeing?
That's a.
yeah, that's the sound of the teapot pouring tea. You guys can't see, but it's there.
Oh, I thought you were peeing in sheer terror, like you're like, I got through the night, and you just piss
Finally,
yourself.
I've beaten the
KaL
night
is pouring
of
out
the
a
Freddy
40
game.
in memory of all the children who got roboted on the way
So
here.
how would you rank this one from what you've seen of it?
So wait, what's going on here with this kid?
I guess he was traumatized, and so these are his nightmares. Alright, sweet. Oh god,
Oh, I
fell
guess
over
this is the
crying.
guy in the suit that killed all the children. Oops, spoilers.
Tomorrow is another day. So is that Golden Freddy's now back? Fun with push. Alright. I won't put the light on him. Much. Just gotta ascertain that he's there. Okay. So, I don't know if I like this one. He jumped down. He's kind of keeps hopping back into the chair. So he goes backwards if you leave the light, if you turn the light back on, he goes back. Oh, I think you can hear his tiny little footsteps. Yeah, I think that's how it works. Alright, fair enough. Do you want to see the jump scare on this one? I don't know, maybe someone else will have seen it. Oh, he left. What does that do? Alright, I'm just gonna leave it.
You're probably gonna die.
Yeah, he's gonna die.
Don't tell me what I'm gonna do. I actually lit it up at the end, but he was just in this weird spot. I guess you have to leave it for a longer time, like 30 seconds or something, to get him close enough.
I don't know if it's random. I don't know if it's fixed.
Oh.
I can't tell.
Okay. I'm really worried that because I've been noticing these encoding warnings here and there. I've said that multiple times, and I've said that again. But I just get really worried because I'm concerned that this is going to be a choppy video and be unusable. But we'll see what happens.
The video is actually
Whoops.
really fine over the stream. It seems to be moving at about the frame rate it would in the
Oh,
game.
yeah,
and they only run it like.
I'm recording
Oh.
a separate video for. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I put my Windows tab up.
I mean, the game's only run at like 30 FPS or something.
Yeah, it should
I
be
think.
fine. Like if it's chunky, it's chunky. I don't care that much. I also don't expect to live through this night. I got Chica. I don't think Chica breathes though. Chica, I heard running footsteps, so I turned the light on and then I died.
Yeah, if you hear running footsteps, you shut the door.
Obviously, I'm an idiot.
So I think Chica and the bunny or Bonnie behave differently.
Yeah, okay. So there's Bonnie, Chica, Foxy, and Freddy's on the bed. And that accounts for everyone. I got everyone. I'm not going to bore you with me trying to get through the next 2, 3 nights, whatever
Technically,
the full set of it is.
It's always 5, so...
Yeah, you say it's always 5, but yeah, the 6th night has always been a bonus night from the first game.
Right.
So it's actually 5 nights at Freddy's plus
And then there's
1.
there's the variable 7th night where you can set the various settings.
Yes, and that was probably the best part of 2 that is gated behind playing the terrible 2. Anyway, that was that. I'm sure anyone watching this has already seen the game or whatever, but that's our take on it.
Oh no, there's version 1.0. It's not
Interesting enough, I
patched.
guess.
It looks to be pretty good.
I thought so,
Right.
but for all I know, Scott dumped it like 0.9 or something because his release build. But yeah, like
Yeah, it's an...
yeah.
You were gonna say probably what I was gonna say about this game, so I'll just let you go ahead.
Oh well, how do you know? I mean, like, it's the best game ever made, and I'm terrified my pants fell off. That's my Steam
Well, I was gonna
review.
say, it does seem like an interesting take on the formula. I like the removal of the camera system. Although there's still an element of micromanaging here going on, and because you can't watch them via a camera system like you could in the first game, you absolutely have to check the doors.
Yeah, I think that, I guess like it's kind of like the cameras I think were the whole shtick of the game. Like that was the element of the game that I think made it the game. Once you remove the cameras, it's kind of it's completely different.
I don't think that's bad
It's something
necessarily.
else.
The only reply has that it makes it feel a lot smaller
don't think
than
it's-
the first Drea.
Yeah, you feel trapped in the room, but you're also actually genuinely trapped in the room now. You can't use the cameras to look around.
It
Though at the
feels
same
very
time, I think the problem I
claustrophobic, yeah,
had
very
with the Dot
contained.
game
And
is
that's
that
good
the
for a horror
locations
game.
just didn't really look that memorable compared to the first two.
So I have no experience with this.
I didn't think the second game's
Well,
locations
there
were
were a
memorable
few
at all.
cool
They
ones
were
like
just kind
the
of,
playroom and such,
like
and
empty
the
spaces with
sports
chairs.
and services and all that.
Oh. The first games definitely had memorable rooms. Like every room in that
Yeah.
was
To be honest-
different and looked fun and interesting.
To be honest, the thing
I
that the
think that's
first
part of
that
what
was
sold the
missing
first
in the
game.
later ones are little Easter eggs, like how you could hear something eating in the kitchen, for example.
Yeah, I think that's what this one is going to miss out the most, is because you're trapped in that room, there's no opportune thing to have stuff happen in other rooms.
But at the same
It's
time, I think
just
that was a problem that
basically-
the second and Dot
it's
had,
just
was
jump
that
scares at
the
that
robots
point.
don't really seem to do anything interesting with the other rooms like in the first game.
Yes, the third game did try and bring some back. I believe that the arcade machines and stuff could change what game they were playing, or like there were like little touches that could
I
appear.
didn't play through the second or third one,
But-
but is this the first time they had like a
Yeah.
child that you're playing or not?
Yes.
This one
I
looks
do.
like a
Well, we don't know who you're playing
this
as.
one looks like a child. It's just
the
a
first
child's
time-
bedroom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, you're small and...
Well, I
right.
guess from the setup, it's implied you're playing as a child,
Yeah.
and you don't stand.
I-
You stand pretty low to
I
the
think that
ground,
adds
like, you
a nice
reach
touch of
up to a
helplessness
doorknob.
to it. so
Does
it gives you
anyone
that
mind a
nice
minor
feeling.
spoiler?
I'm gonna say no spoilers just because people can go look them up, and I'm gonna shut the video off for Five Nights at Freddy's 4 pretty soon. So, you know, there's plenty of fan chat, and this is just, I guess, us just letting people know we still played the game because we committed ourselves to the series for no good reason at this point.
I can't wait for the fifth game, which takes place in an AU where Freddy is actually upside down. He only walks on the ceiling like...
Why
All
hasn't
great
Freddy
horror
gone to
series
space
go to
yet?
space.
What the hell?
I wonder how much money you get off the Aliens licensed game that plays like this.
Exactly.
Or
Oh
the
god,
Hood.
Five Nights at Leprechauns.
See, that... yeah, like, I mean, I'm waiting for the Puppet Masters versus Demonic Toys
See,
versus...
When am I gonna get David Bowie
Fazbear?
Fazbear?
That's
like
what I'm waiting
Labyrinth
for.
ass. Like, just have the longest yellow hair, the
Yeah,
Fushigi balls, the
that's
horrible
something also
Also, why
codpiece.
kind of weird about this
What?
entry is the fact that it's actually less, and for lack of a better term, despite the animatronic design, it's arguably less cheesy and over the top than the first Drea.
Yeah, it's almost...
Yeah, this one feels more like
It's-
a horror. This is definitely the... Because it's obviously, it feels claustrophobic, and you're constantly being oppressed by the animatronics. So I would say this is the
And the story in
scariest
general is a lot more
feeling of the
low-key
game,
than
so that's
the
nice.
first
That's
to
pretty
Yeah.
be.
good.
The whole game is like a very Spartan, almost understated feel to it. Like how the tutorial's no longer given.
I do think it's too expensive. I
How
feel
much
like it
was
should have
it?
been $5.
Oh.
$5. Please don't make it $8. I think it was 8 US. I really think it should have been 5. This definitely feels like a good $5 game, not an
Yeah,
$8
I
game.
think
That's where I feel
losing
like
to the
it's gouging
custom
the
night
fans a bit,
theft or the second
because
game
every
really
game
kind of
has
brings
been
down the
more than
value
5.
some.
Yeah, so... yeah, I mean, this is definitely a game that I think if you're into horror games, on special, it would be a pretty good game to pick up just because it's... You saw it, it's fine. It's good enough. Yeah, and it's fun. I mean, it's scary enough. It's got a lot of jump scares. That's always kind of like a... whatever, anyone got any final words?
Anti-disestablishmentarianism?
I just want to see what the movie's going to be like and what we're going to do with that.
I'm sick of your final
Honestly, I'm
words.
kind of hoping it's a kids movie.
I thought the
think it's
movie
Hey,
was
this is
already
not really. I'm
canceled.
kind of hoping it's like a PG, hold PG, low PG-13 kids movie.
I think it would be amazing to make a genuinely terrifying
Exactly.
PG Five Nights at Freddy's movie.
All the
I don't
games are
think you-
PG,
I don't
basically,
think you
ignoring
do
the
Yeah,
eyeballs
rating
popping
on
out
that.
of suit in the first
PG-13
game.
maybe.
Well,
if you
don't
made it-
forget,
What if you made it like the
Let's
Toy
all get
Story
the-
type movie?
the gore but the actual violence stuff would depend on whether or not they actually kill anyone, and the whole point of the games is not getting killed by them. And there's also something really odd in the initial press release where
I
the guy
think you could
who
get
was
away with it
announcing
if you
it,
had the
despite all the
animatronics.
franchises appear as being weirdly adorable, which also makes me think that they probably aren't going to go like full hard PG-13 on it. I'm thinking Harry Potter
Yeah,
PG-13, that's
yeah.
the worst.
Well, I mean... Well, I think it's as long as its scenes are way too scary for small children. Like, somewhere around slightly above Gremlins 1, I think would be the best way to go. Like, genuinely scary, but not, like, violent in the bloody, gory way. Also, I'm still surprised that you can't buy Five Nights at Freddy's toys. Like, the franchise has been going for more than a year, and
Right,
still,
but you
still
usually
no
have to get
plushies.
like a deal for that. Someone has to buy the rights to it. It's like the movie. The
I'm
movie
s-
was optioned. You know, they're writing scripts, but they haven't committed to filming yet. So
It's just like, it seems like it'd be obvious, because I'm pretty sure, like, the fans would buy the hell out of every single one. Like, you could do a run of 10,000 Five Nights at Freddy plushies, they'd be gone.
And I know at
before
least
they're
one
released.
Kickstarter that
Like, you would get 10,000 pre-orders.
So you're saying-
and that
well,
was
you're-
for a webcomic that wasn't nearly as popular as this.
well, I was going to say. So you're saying that we should be expecting Five Nights at Freddy's amiibos any day now.
That would be great. I mean, you should
Actually-
expect that. I mean, especially since he has been putting the toy plushies in all the games anyway. I feel like he's
Am I the
like,
only things the
someone
plush toys look like they
option these,
came
'cause
out
I
of
seriously wanna sell 'em.
N64 Rare game like Banjo-Kazooie? They have almost the exact same kind of eyes.
Yeah, kinda. It has that
Yeah.
aesthetic.
It's pretty nice. Okay, we've been rolling with this freaking title screen for too long, so I'm shutting down the video. Buy the game or don't, because you're probably just gonna watch it on YouTube for the same effect, really. Like, that's the long and short of this game. Good night.